Welcome back, Space Cadets. VanHam here, back with a salute for you. That's right. In the lobby now, you can come and check out this big Navy bloke here. He can send you on your way when you get up through the lifts, and he can tell you what's going on. But basically, 23rd to the 24th, it's the last day of Aegis Dynamics. So come on down and check it out if you haven't already. And if you can't do that, then follow me along and we'll check it out with you. Don't forget, tomorrow is a shout out to my boys, Crusader Industries. Will be in the house tomorrow. And with Crusader, I'm pretty sure we've got a bit of Tumbril Land Systems and Masashi Industries. So probably the MISC stuff, the Freelancer, the Reliant, all that sort of stuff. The Gemini will be in, most likely. And for Tumbril, it'll be the Nova tanks and the Cyclones and the variants of that as well. But the Crusader tomorrow, I think we're looking at the Star Runner, the Crusader Hercules Starlifter, that's the C2 and the M2 variants. So very nice. I'll be wanting to check out the interiors of the M2. But without further ado, let's get into it. At ease.
Hello and welcome to 2950.
Alright, so if you come down here, you're coming up and you're walking in, you can check out the fact that the Tobin Expo Centre now has this great little map here to show us what we've got around. So, off to our right, which I'm eagerly awaiting to go and check out, is the Redeemer. There's the Sabres in the background there, either side of the Hammerhead. Someone's pushing me in the back, thank you. And the Retaliator bomber over to our left there. And I think in the other back rooms, what have we got? We've got the Vanguards, so the Harbinger and the Hoplite there on the left with the Warden and the Sentinel. And then we've got on the right wing over there, I think it's ZH2 building, it's the Gladius Variant, or the Aegis Gladius, the Avenger Warlock, the Avenger Stalker, and the Titan. So it'll be good to check out those Avengers if you're looking to get yourself into a first start-out ship. They're some of the ships that I probably would recommend, the Titans. The Avenger Titan's a pretty good ship if you're looking to spend some money, but not too much. But regardless, I never say that you should spend money or you need to play this game at all. But let's get into it, shall we? Let's go over and check out. I want to get around. You know what? We'll save the best for last. I really want to get into the Redeemer and have a look at it, and then we'll have a bit of a chat as to what I think and what we can have a look at what you guys might think. All right. So here we've got is the Retaliator, which is basically Aegis' version of the long-range bomber. And every time I think of this ship, I get visions of something like out of Star Wars when the Rebel Alliance is bombing the Imperial Starfighter, like the big ships anyway. I forget what they're called. I'm human, remember? You know what I mean. But I get envisages of that because this is designed to basically, it's a long-range anti-capital ship bomber. So that's basically what it is. It's got a lot of manned turrets on it, whack of firepower in it. We're not going to go into the stats too much. You can check it all out online, as I always say anyway, all the buying options, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, pretty cool ship in terms of that. You can see under here, it's got a bit of a man turret there underneath. I'm pretty sure you get into them. You don't want to rent it. Maybe the the elevators on the front here. That's what it is. They're quite large when you look at them. You think they're not that large, but they are quite big ships. Use the elevator. Let's have a look. Yeah, these are quite big ships, well built. I like them. Basically, this is inside the bomber variant. So the Retaliator. Look at this. Oh, that's pretty impressive looking when you look at it. And that's obviously where the bombs drop out of there. Really cool to see. Like, you can imagine being in a fleet and you've got a few of these and you guys work together to service and work on them, and good one. What's that hatch? It is a turret. Oh, that's the rear turret. Okay. All right, moving right along. So it's easy to get turned around if you're not on here much, but that's. Oh, we came through that way. We walked over the top of it. So here's another turret here. This must be a top turret. Standing over it, aren't we? I don't know how many turrets all up and fitted, but it looks like there must be. Okay, so one up the front, 2 top rear, and 1 below underneath. So that's 4 turrets all up. It's quite impressive. You can correct me if I'm wrong. That's just me being visual here. I haven't looked into the Retaliator too much. The fact that I know it's a long-range bomber. Okay, so coming into here, we've got the engineering console. You can grab onto that as well. Pretty cool stuff. You can handle the engineering controls from here, I assume. You know, for A, for dropping bombs. B, for all your systems maintenance, all that sort of stuff as well. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty groovy looking ship. Let's head up this way. Yeah, the doors are being a bit weird. More bomb stations here. Wow, it's pretty impressive. Look at that. You can imagine the damage those suckers would do to a capital ship, to any ship. But yeah, that's why it's designed for the capital ones though. Huge bombs. Moses, that's ridiculous. And then up here we've got the cockpit. So there is the first seat. I'm pretty sure that's a turret there. So that's so it's got more than 4 turrets. It's got one at the top. So it must have a roof-mounted one that can take control remotely, I assume, or unless it's an auto turret. I don't know. Something we'd have to check. Bunks. Is it really just? Oh no, here we go. I thought so. Okay. Deck 02. Bit of an observation bit there, that's pretty cool. And this is another turret? Another turret. Yeah. So it did have okay. I was confused as when I looked up from the cockpit why I couldn't see the turret, man. I thought it was an unmanned one, but it's not. So it actually has, okay, we don't need to be in here. So it looks like it has manned turret all the way around, so what is that? I'd be quite interested now to check out the crew complement for one of these Retaliators. Holy moly, it's can we get in there, please? No, coastal for a sprint. So I don't know, oh, what's this? More bunks? More bunks. So more sleeping quarters for the crew. So what do you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then back out here, we've got storage lockers, weapon lockers and stuff. Down the ladder. Down the ladder bay. 5, 6, and then there's something here. This must be the captains, is it? 7. So that's probably 7 crew you can have on here. Depends if you want a hot rack, you can probably throw more guys on here as well, but 7 is quite a lot you can sleep on here. Well, there you go. That's kind of being the Retaliator. It's bloody big, isn't it? It's a big boat, this one. That was cool. That was actually cool to check out. I probably wasn't going to get on it, but I'm glad I did now. Okay, this is a lift. Down we go, please. It's not, it's a hatch. Alright, so that's the Retaliator. What a groovy, cool, big gunboat that is. Glad I went on that now. You can see how big that is. Don't know the price of one of these. Probably not going to have a look either. If you'd like to know any of the prices though, if you can't get on there, just hit me up. I'll find out for you. Happy to find out. Now here is the newer version of the Sabre. It's like a modernized, or not modernized, but it's the Aegis Sabre Comet. Not much to say about the Sabre. It's a good fighting ship, good all-round sort of fighting ship. I think they wallop a fair bit of power and stuff. I think they go for about regular Sabre. What I want to say about $170 if you buy it now. And here's this big girl. Look at this, the Aegis Hammerhead. I don't know if I'm saying Aegis right or not, however it's pronounced, but I don't want to do them too much injustice. They make pretty cool ships and a lot of fighting ships, as you can see. No, I don't want to rent it, thanks. I mean, I probably will later, but not right now. I want to get in that lift if I can, please. There we go. I don't know if I did that or someone else, but I'm glad it happened. Alright, door down, please. I like how Aegis have their little steps that come up. A lot of the other ones don't have it at the moment. Go up, thanks. They don't have that cool little step up there. Now this we will probably get really lost in. I haven't been in many Hammerheads. In fact, I haven't been in many Aegis ships. I just know that from when I first saw the game and I saw the Redeemer as a ship you could buy, I wanted it. And I wanted it ever since I saw it. And I was the same as the Freelancer. I was always adamant I wanted a Freelancer, I changed that. Like, I wouldn't mind a Freelancer, it's just that I have the Star Runner. Okay, so this must be zero deck. Oh, geez, stairs. So this is a big girl. I don't know how many people you would man this ship with, but I would imagine quite a few. A whole engineering team, an operations team, a security team. You probably have a couple of pilots and a bridge crew. Look at these escape pods. What do we got in here? Turrets. So I think each side has one of these. We're not going to go into them too much. Oh, I like Aegis. So we've got the bridge up there. We've got the cargo and engine room down here. So pretty good multi-role ship, this one. If you've got a fair whack of people, you can get around and probably do some high-end big jobs with this one. Merc jobs and, you know, anything, I guess, really. Pretty large bay here. Now, if someone's out there watching and they know more about this, they can let me know, but what's the deal with these crane systems here? Are these crane systems going to be designed so you can either are they to hold spare ships? So if you had two in here, you could hang one up there in the bay and then you could have another one on the ground, so you could essentially launch a couple of ships from in here. If someone could let me know what those cranes are going to be utilised for, or whether they're just going to be cargo cranes, essentially. That'd be cool to know. These crazy engine systems going on here. Holy moly, they're pumping out some energy. And then another man turret up the back here, so right in the tail. Yeah, so if someone knows a lot more about Aegis Dynamics, definitely chuck me some lines in the comments below. That'd be great to hear, because it's not a company that I've probably followed a lot. I mean, as I said back in the day, I wanted the Redeemer mostly. But yeah, if you know a lot about this company, I know them, very military focused style of ships. They're not exactly your 600 eyes and your touring luxury vessels. What's this? More turrets here. So that's the, I want to say, port side turret, and across there is the aft. I mean the starboard side turret. So it looks like we've got two. So we've got that bridge, that hallway there, and we've got this passageway here. What's in here? Oh, is this like a captain's office or one of the officers' office? What's this door? Oh, it has to be it has to be the captain's quarters, surely. Yeah, has to be. That's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool. This is good. This is a cool ship. If I had, you know, 10 to 15 mates, I'd want a ship like this so we could all serve on it together. This would make for some great gameplay with your friends. Make some great stories out of this. Pretty cool. Another lift there to go down, I assume. Yeah, what they say about assumptions. Alright, what have we got down here? More turrets. So starboard, port and starboard, forward and aft side thrusters, it looks like. Going here. This is the thing. This is an airlock. With more escape pods, I want to assume. Cool, okay, so that's got a whole airlock system. Wow. each side. Oh, that's the bridge. So we came from that way. There's those turrets that we were talking about, and bridge here. I just got myself turned around massively. Can we get onto the bridge? Is that a thing? Ah, there we go. I was like, how can I get on the bridge? Now call for the elevator, please. I'll take the elevator, thanks. We put our good threads on. And what a cool bridge, so great for landing. Great vision there. Obviously don't see much above us. We don't need to when we've got so many manned turrets on this thing. Now look at that, you can get a size of actually how big that Redeemer is. It's a lot bigger than what I thought it was. Cool ship, that is. We don't need to go into the seats, we get the gist of it. So we only need 2 people here, is it? Obviously. Pilot and co-pilot. Captain probably just sits in his quarters shouting orders from there. Alright, I'm not going to explore this one too much more. You've all probably seen ship tours of this ship. Far better than what I can do anyway. Let's get down and continue on. And over here you can see this is another variant of the Sabre. Well, this is the Sabre itself, the OG, original Sabre. Let's have a little read about it. Excuse me, sir. Move over. Sir. Oh, ma'am. Sorry. I think you might need glasses. Yep, I think she needs glasses. She's not letting anyone else read. So I'm not going to go into the Sabres too much. They're a pretty cool looking ship if you ask me. They're like modern day fighter jet meets sort of space if you ask me. Pretty cool. Alright, there's a Redeemer. I'm coming for you, Redeemer. Just not right now. Let's head over into these halls. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here we have the Squadron 999 F8 Lightning. So the F8 Lightning was developed by Anvil Aerospace as a replacement for the previous generation F7 Alpha Hornet fighter. The UEE selected the Anvil Lightning for production because of the Hornet's string of military success and its overall familiarity with the active pilots. The Lightning was developed specifically to counter what the military saw as the rising Vandal threat of the 2940s. Intended to outfly and outfight the current generation of Scythe and Glaive spacecraft. To put this new craft through its paces, the Navy's elite test unit, Squadron 999, were given full access to these next generation fighters. After dozens of fights and simulated battles, the skilled, reckless pilots of the 999 provided valuable... Look at this. Where are we up to? Provided valuable feedback that helped hone the Lightning into this imposing vehicle poised to make history. And what a cool fighter it is. I mean, if I could get one of these, I definitely would. What is that on there? Stop it! They're riding the missile. 999 Reckless. I like it. Yeah, very, very cool looking ship. It's like when you see the coolest sports car that you love for the first time. That's what I think of it. It's just an all-round cool looking ship. Yep. Alright. It's pretty cool, like, you know, it's little touches like this you see in games that give the lore and everything really cool. It just gives you a really cool sense of like they actually care about the game. They want to put as much in as they can for us. You've got distinct in service, naval oath. I'll pause it there. I'm not going to read through it for you guys, but you can have a look if you want to have a look at the naval oath there. But pretty cool stuff there. Alright, so here we have the Avenger Stalker. This thing's probably more centered around a bounty hunting. So it's a modded out version of the actual Avenger. So it's got actual prison cells built into the back of it, just to give you a little heads up there. Over here. So this is the Titan Renegade. So the Titan, it's got the custom livery. And gear. So this ship is more geared towards Commander Arena, apparently. Not something that I ever really got much into or have at the moment anyway, but Arena Commander, I beg your pardon. But that's what that's more geared, or obviously has a bit more firepower, maybe a little bit more maneuverability, not too sure. Let's check out this before we come back into the middle here. I always like to do the big ones last. It's like when you eat your vegetables, like when you get a dinner and you want to eat the bad stuff, you want to eat your Brussels sprouts first and save the good stuff for last. So here's the Avenger Warlock. Alright, so the Avenger Warlock is probably built, it's got an EMP based built into it, so it's built for stopping ships and I guess that sort of interdiction kind of a thing, isn't it, when you think about it. They're pretty cool ships, I reckon anyway. I reckon they look really cool. Okay, so here we have the Gladius Valiant. These are light fighters, a pretty good start off light fighter if you want to get yourself into the game. The one I myself have an Arrow, purely for the fact that I want to. I think the wings fold up on the Arrow and I can pack it into one of my larger vessels. Have it as a little fighter, like in the Hercules, to take with me. Okay, so here we have the Eclipse, which is more your stealthier bomber. So compared to I want to say the Retaliator that we saw out in the main hall, this is more your stealthy get in, get out style bomber, not your 7-man crew large take down a capital ship bomber, and you've probably got a bit of cover fire to help you do it. This is purely cockpit front only, not walk around the ship. It's got cockpit, so you just get in, get out, make your strike and get done. That's it. We're not going to look at that one too much. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so over here we've got the Vanguard Wings. So over on the left there we've actually got the Vanguard Harbinger and the Vanguard Hoplite. So the Hoplite is it's like a long range sort of dropship used for troop drops, and the Harbinger is the bomber variant. So the Harbinger is the one here the closest to us that I'm looking at right there. And that's the Hoplite over there. They don't look too different when you look at it like that. In the center there, that's the Vanguard Warden. So that is like a two-person heavy fighter. Pretty cool ship. I've always really liked the. Actually, it probably takes 3 crew if I'm honest. I'm not too sure. I haven't checked it in a while, but pretty cool ship. Once again, it's in that running. If I wanted to get a heavy 2-man-y sort of fighter, I'd be looking at one like that. So that Sentinel's designed for a bit more stealthier fight. You're not really taking ships on head on. So there we are. I don't know if I can get it. Yeah, it's being a bit funny because it keeps coming up rent rather than, you know, what if we just rent it? Okay, and now can we just hop in it? Is that a thing? And we still make me try to rent things. I've already rented it in Slick. That's a shame. Can't take you in it. I need to fix that. That's annoying. But it's not too much into the inside of it. It's almost like going inside a freelancer. You know, you just got your back cargo-y sort of area, and then there's a couple of beds, and there's a turret you can hop in, and then you've got your front cockpit. But yeah, that pretty much is the Vanguards there. Pretty cool looking ships if you ask me. I like the Warden, probably my favourite, most for my role anyway. That heavy fighter. She's a fierce looking ship, that's for sure. And lastly, downstairs, actually not lastly, we've still got the Redeemer to go and check out. This here is the 3D rendering and the holographic rendering of the Nautilus. Now the Nautilus is a military ship also. It is a mine vessel, So if you want to check more of that out, head over to the website. I'm not going to inundate you with heaps of information like I did last time. But basically it is a pretty cool look. I think it's a cool looking ship, to be honest. You can see, excuse me ma'am, I just want to have a look here. But you can see the Nautilus is a tactical mine layer. So it represents the ultimate in strategic combat. So it's got fully integrated mine deployment, sweeping and disarming capabilities. Alright, so it's much like a minesweeper. Pretty cool, if you ask me. The Nautilus. If you want to know more, check out, head on over and check it out on the website. What have we got in here? So, this is the Vulcan. So this is a refuel, repair and rearm. So this is like a supply ship. Pretty cool looking ship, if you ask me as well. I mean, all ships are pretty cool in this game. They really do a good job, I think, of putting all their ships together. But yeah, the Vulcan, so it's a multi-purpose sort of supply running vessel. Alright, let's get out of there. Alright, here we have the Redeemer. Now don't get too excited. Hey, me and 5 other blokes tried to get into that ramp access and we couldn't. It was just ridiculous. So I guess if you're going to compare this with any other ship, it would be the Prowler. If you're looking to do that sort of merc drop in drop out gameplay, I'd be looking at the Prowler or the Redeemer, but preferably I'd take the Redeemer if I was doing it. It's got a lot more firepower, suits my game style much more. I'm pretty useless at stealth at the moment. But no, just purely for the fact that I like it. I actually really like this ship. And I think it just comes down to an aesthetic thing for me half the time. But if you're really into the stats and all that, I guess you'd have to do the math on whether you want the more stealthier runs. This thing does have a big upside to it, I think, with its power plant and that sort of stuff, and its weaponry. But the Prowler also, like I said, has that stealthier run. I think it's got bigger fuel tanks, so it can go probably a longer range, all that sort of jazz. Not sure how that all really works at the moment. The game is probably, I mean, the ship is not properly in the system yet. It's not flight ready. You can back it though. You can buy it now. I think you can get it. It's about $275 on the site if you want to back it, and it comes with 10 years warranty. So 120 months worth of warranty. If that's something you're into, then there you go. But yeah, about 275 US you'll pick one of these up for. But as I said, they're not flight ready yet. The Prowler is. It's out there. But this thing runs missiles and the Prowler doesn't. And a few other weapon changes and differences and shields and power. I think the power unit's different, but it could be subject to change when they actually do the fit out and the build for it. Who knows? It'll just be a wait and see, I think, for me. But yeah. So ladies and gents, that's been the expo. So it's been going for 4 days now, I want to say. Tomorrow is my boys Crusader will be in, and a couple of others as well. I've been VanHam. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour today. I hope you've maybe got something, or if you haven't had time to check it out yourself, I hope this has been enough for you to get a taste of what's down here anyway. Without further ado, leave a comment, like and subscribe, hit that bell notification for more data content or content that comes out whenever. Oh man, that ship looks cool in the background. I do like it. There we go. Have a little double salute for your liking. Stay glued to your screen. Bye for now.